talking about a really good game here. This is the 2 is misleading. Usually sequels suck. This game is fantastic, twice as good as the first one. And
what else is there to say?
Hey, Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2. Great menu design in this game.
Yeah, the whole layout of this game is just fantastic. It's basically like the first one,
except better.
Just better.
A lot better.
There's more options.
You can design your own logo if you look.
That is the best. I love that.
If you look quick in that last car I showed you, plus the license plate. And notice my license plate saying "fuck you." I don't believe Pennsylvania will allow me to have that license plate in real life. So I did it in this game.
You know what the best is that this is called Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2, and the license plates are from California.
That's interesting.
That's just great.
My one point was that I keep forgetting my points today. This is amazing. It just keeps staggering.
Please stand by while Mark thinks.
You can make your own logo. So I made mine into a nice handgun. You can put your handgun sticker on the hood of your car and on the bumper. And that just says quality.
I made mine a white man with an afro, of course.
Here's
number
my
69 jersey.
Here's my gigantic, super modified NSX, which took me about, no joking, no exaggerating here, close to 500 races to get this car. It takes a long time to get money.
Unreal. Now this game is, as you can see, the graphics are just fantastic. Now the only problem is that the car models are great. The only problem is that when there's more than like 3 cars on the screen, it slows down. It goes like bah, 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 bah. It starts chugging along.
So if you've never seen Tokyo Xtreme Racer 1, here's the deal. You run up behind somebody. What I typically do is just use their back bumper as my brake. Slam into them, then blink your lights at them, and it automatically starts a race for you. Then you start cruising down the highway as fast as you can, racing the car, and if you beat them by no matter how it works, you beat them, and it gives you money. If you lose, then you get a little bit of money.
And you can see the 2 bars on the top of the screen are basically energy bars. I think they call them speed points. Yeah, and the further ahead you are, the faster his speed points deplete, so on and so forth.
Now, there aren't any actual models of cars in this game. There's not actually an Acura NSX or a Subaru Impreza.
There's not actually a Dodge Viper GTS.
They just look very similar to them. They'll call a car like an XK492B, but really you're dealing with a Mitsubishi Lancer.
Yeah.
And they all pretty much handle the same way. The NSX, as I have here, which is I'm also in the process of super modifying.
But it's not the NSX.
I'm sorry, the NLRF21 basically kicks ass. Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2 also has, God knows, how much road space in this game. It's huge.
There's miles and
You start
miles.
off, when you start the game, for about half the time you're playing the game, I'd say, you're going to have a smaller track. About a little bit smaller, maybe about the same size as Tokyo Xtreme Racer 1. It took me about 3 days to unlock the rest of the track, and that was a lot of just staying up till 4 in the morning playing this game.
Right.
Took a long time.
The track just doesn't seem to end, and there's different tracks you can go on. It's all basically almost like Ridge Racer, where there's one big track, except it's way bigger than any Ridge Racer game.
Yeah, this is huge.
And it splits off like a real highway. You can take a left exit, a right exit, yada, 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 and then it just goes off into whatever. And certain people that you want to race, there's a menu called the Rivals menu in the the main menu system.
Where they hang out.
And you look at them, and it tells you where they'd like to drive. So what you do is you look, okay, I want to challenge this guy. You look where he drives. You go to the menu, and you pick where you want to go.
Yeah.
And then you go find them. See, that's not actually a GTS.
That's not actually a Viper.
Gee. But it's called a VGTS. How strange. What a coincidence.
I haven't bought that yet. I don't have enough money.
But anyway, you go find your rival, you drive up on him, flash your lights, and whip his ass. That's basically what it comes down to.
That's the whole game.
And
it's a lot of there's a
just
ton
like the
of rivals.
first one, the competition is hard. First thing I noticed about this game is how much deeper it is than the original. You can make all these modifications to your car to make it drive better that actually make a difference. Now that one of the only games I've noticed that in is like Sega GT or Gran Turismo. This one actually takes into account the modifications you make, doesn't laugh at you, and makes your car that much better. But I do have a big problem with this game. The money you earn is BS.
Well, it's just you can't. This isn't one of those games where you can have this flock.
You have to win at least 100 times to get a new car.
You can't have a fleet of cars. It's expensive. Serious. Buying new cars is expensive. Modifying them is expensive. They do make differences. However,
you will not get all the cars unless you play this game for at least a year.
No. This game takes a while. Thank God it's addictive for that.
Yes.
But my point here. I had a point, and it's banging around in there somewhere. Where was my point? Where was it? Bear with me. What the f was I just gonna say? Got it. My point was this, that the driving, although better than the first one by a wide margin, however, the last game drove more like a sled than a car. It's not perfect. It's not Gran Turismo quality. It's not Ferrari F355 challenge
not
quality.
Even close.
However, it's a good video game quality racing game, if that makes any sense to you. You know what I'm talking about.
It's an arcade racer, pretty much, where you can make all kinds of modifications to your car.
Now, the mods do help, but
yes.
you can't turn like you really should be able to.
Yeah, the cornering is a joke in this game, actually.
The computer can always out-corner you, so your best bet is just to buy or make your car a big f***ing missile and just take off down the freeway 200 miles an hour like you should in real life anyway.
That's what we're trying to tell you, basically. This whole show is us telling you to drive 200 miles an hour through a strip mall.
While making a gang called something like Elegant Wild or the Race Boys or Hard Tune. Who named the
Car Guy?
Who named the gangs in this? Rolling Guy. That was really cool.
Yeah,
I'd be
that was
frightened.
classy.
Rolling Guys out to bust some caps in your ass. Oh shit.
I think I might laugh.
All right, we're gonna go. We're waiting for PlayStation 2 to come out real soon.